Okay everyone, welcome back. Today's assignment is going to give us a chance to look at some of the other features in the toolbox, different ways that we can do essentially the same project but just have it look different and run a little differently. So I'm going to start with the new project here, and as usual it will be a Visual Basic Windows Forms application, and I'm going to call this one Temperature Conversion. Again, make sure that when you go in to create a new project, when you add any forms, when you add anything to your program, I would suggest naming them immediately. So you should always sort of know basically what you're doing and then give it the name right off the bat. So this is going to be video 1 of 2. The second video will show you the running program and how basically, or what you're trying to end up with. This will be kind of setting it up from the start. So you see here I have form 1. I'm going to go ahead and add a couple of other forms to my project. When you run the second video, you'll see how many forms you actually need. But the big thing is, to do this, we're going to right click on the name of the project and then go down to Add and a Windows form. And again, sort of as this comes up, I'm going to give it a name and I'm going to call it version 1. If by chance you forget to do that as you're adding them, and of course I'm going to add in version 2 here, there'll be a couple of others and you'll sort of see it again in the second video, how many you actually need. But basically, if you forget to name it at the time of creation, then you need to make sure you go into the properties. Sorry, I'm scrolling up to the top here. You can't see very well, but I have the option to have everything show up alphabetically here, and so that's where the name has to be. Don't right click up here and change the name there. That changes the name of the file, but not the actual name of the object that we're going to be using. Now back to my original form here. Now what I'm going to add to this one are radio buttons. Radio buttons are basically like multiple choice buttons. So if I click a couple of times, again, a few of them will come up. In the end, you're going to have 5 of these, and you're going to have 5 extra forms added to your program. But as I said before, we'll sort of see that in a minute. And then I want one regular button as well. And basically what's going to happen is I'm going to, when my program runs, click on one of the radio buttons. I'll just sort of show you that one of the radio buttons will always be selected, and basically the way they work is when I select one, the other ones get turned off. And so this is going to be my method for choosing which version of the program I actually want to run. So select the radio button, and I'm going to call this one R button 1. Again, the name is what I'm actually changing here. It doesn't matter what it says on the screen. Over here, R button 2. And of course this will be R button 3, R button 4, R button 5. And now what you're seeing on the screen, a little messy with radio button 1. So I'm just going to indicate in the text feature that this is going to load up version 1. You want to again have that distinction that what you see on the screen is the text for the button, and you can put absolutely anything in there. I could put go see whether the dog needs to come in from being outside because it's kind of cold there. The name of the button, though, the important part, is this R button 2. And then on this button here, I'm basically going to put something like run or run program, or which is basically just indicating that after I choose the version that I am interested in running, clicking the button will actually cause me to jump to that program.